And then we got a working class in America struggling to survive. And in particular, let us never forget, and I know the senator from Oregon has mentioned it many times, that the reason that Trump and his Republican friends made $1 trillion in cuts to Medicaid, to throw 15 million people off the health care they currently have, and studies, by the way, suggest that when you throw 15 million low-income and working-class people off of their health care, some 50,000 people a year will die unnecessarily. So why did Trump and his friends do that? Well, the answer is obvious. In that same terrible bill, they gave $1 trillion in tax breaks to the 1%, to the people sitting right behind the president when he was inaugurated. Does anybody in America really believe that it makes sense to give $1 trillion in tax breaks to the richest people in America and at the same time throw 15 million working class people off of their health care? And then, as the senator from Oregon indicated, right now in Vermont and all over this country, people are receiving notices from their insurance companies. In my state, a few days ago, southern part of the state, it wasn't a doubling of their premiums, it was a quadrupling of their premiums. So at a time when we are already paying the highest prices in the world for health care by far, people are going to look at these bills and say, it's insane. And again, in Vermont, we're seeing now families going to be paying 45, 50%. I say to my friend from Oregon, 50% of their incomes on health care. How do you survive? When you're spending 50% of your income on health care, what do you have left for food or for anything else? What the connection is between authoritarianism and oligarchy is that these billionaires not only don't want to pay their fair share of taxes, they want tax breaks. Not only do they want to, with impunity, be able to break unions and throw workers out on the street, but they want, in many ways, what existed in the 1700s, what our forefathers fought against. They want the divine right to rule. All right? King of England thought that they had a God-given divine right to rule. These guys think that as multi-billionaires, they have the right to do anything, no accountability. They're bringing forth hundreds of billions of dollars right now investing in AI and robotics, which will, if we don't deal with it, have a devastating impact on the working class of this country. Yeah, you're going to have more factories in America, but you know what? Ain't going to be human beings working in those factories. Elon Musk, I don't agree with Musk on anything. But just the other day, I think Musk made it clear. He said, hey, AI and robotics is going to do away with jobs. Not going to be any jobs. You don't need any jobs in America. Well, that's great if you're worth a couple $100 billion, but you don't have a job and you're a working class person. How do you feed your family? How do you afford health care? Think anybody in the White House is staying up nights